What's up, everyone? My name's Custard, and today I created a YouTube channel. Over the last few weeks since the World of Warcraft's midnight release, consuming the current state of WoW's content has compelled me to make this YouTube account and create this video. I'm a long-time subscriber to this game and a consumer of all types of content. Over the last few weeks, I felt like there is an elephant in the room that no one is willing to discuss. I'm sure I'm not alone when I say this, but since this expansion's launch and even the weeks leading up to it, every time I open up Twitch or YouTube, it feels like everyone is just sipping from the same Kool-Aid. And in this video, I'm going to address what an outsider's view is on the current state of World of Warcraft's content creation. If you're a consumer of content like I am, you've probably noticed a bit of a trend lately. Every video has a negative connotation associated with it. It's either that your class is dead, Blizzard's ruined the game, the expansion's a disaster, or the balance is the worst it's ever been. As if it's implied that we're speaking with Thanos in front of Gamora, as everything should be perfectly balanced.
Look. Pretty, isn't it? Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
And as humans, if you consume enough of that content, it actually starts to change how you feel about the game. Even if you were having fun before, suddenly you start questioning your class, questioning the game, and wondering if what you're playing is a waste of your time, and the echo chamber starts to reverberate in your head. But in reality, for the vast majority of players, most of these complaints do not affect us at all. And let's be honest, a huge portion of all of this content revolves around tier lists, class complaints, criticism to the company, and the game is dying narrative. And this isn't new. The cycle's been around for years, but the difference now is how dominant that type of content has become. Positive videos about enjoying the game, class guides, exploring content, and all things associated with that are far less common than videos telling you why something is broken. And this matters probably more than you realize, because the type of content you consume directly shapes how you perceive the game and the enjoyment you have in it. Now, I'm not naive to the fact that negativity spreads like wildfire. There is a psychological reason behind this. Negative information spreads far faster than positive information. It's called negative bias. And if we put ourselves in the content creator's shoes for a moment, I completely understand why they continually lean into this. The incentive structure associated with this obviously benefits them financially and for growth of their channel. But I think the question's worth being asked. What is it actually doing to our player base? And the intent of this video is not just me, an innocent bystander, putting all of these big content creators on blast. I'm not going to name names, but there are a few in particular that continuously and consistently preach this content. And as I previously mentioned, I understand why they do it.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
I briefly touched on this earlier in the video, but I think it's worth reiterating about the 1% problem. Most of the discussions you hear online only apply to the absolute top end of the game. So if you find yourself looking at a tier list video and see that your spec is either in B, C, D, or dog shit tier, just have a moment and reflect. Is this really affecting me? We're talking about players doing Mythic Raid progression, extremely high-end Mythic Plus keys, competitive passing, and race to world first level play. This group represents a tiny, tiny percentage of the player base. It would be less than 1%. But their concerns seem to dominate the conversation.
That's my opinion!
I'm sure we all have fond memories of playing the likes of Pokemon on our Game Boys, Ratchet and Clank on our PlayStation 1, or even Fable on our original Xbox. Simpler times with no tier lists on what Pokemon to start, what guns to use, and which story avenue to traverse down. As we are all aware, MMOs are a dying breed, and we need to enjoy what we have left while we still have it. I urge everyone still playing WoW to enjoy the game in your own way. You do not need a tier list to tell you which class to play. You do not need a creator to validate your enjoyment of the game. If you're clearing content, having fun with your friends, doing delves, low-level Mythic Plus, then you're playing the game how you're meant to play it. Somewhere along the way, we've replaced fun with optimization, and it's a treacherous place to be. But at the end of the day, all I am is a triangular piece of custard holding a spatula. So if you disagree or take nothing out of this video, that's also okay. This is just my view and a bit of food for thought. To conclude, I implore any of you that stumble across this to stop getting baited by the current era of content. Having said all that, there are still positive content creators out there and there is positive content being shared, and I encourage everyone to put more emphasis on that. As this was my first YouTube video, if you enjoyed or resonated with anything that I've covered today, please run the video up by giving me a like and a sub. And if all goes well, I'll catch you in the next one.